You know what nobody tells you about being a mom? That at some point, you forget where your full stop is. You've been giving for so long that stopping feels wrong, irresponsible, dare I say it, selfish even. And the people around you, your partner, your kids, everyone, they're kind of comfortable with that. Not because they're bad people, but because you being depleted works for them. They get to sleep, they get to breathe, they get to go out hiking, they get to go and live their lives, they get to leave the house, they get to leave the stressful baby because you're their shield. You absorb everything that they don't have to. And when that becomes your normal, your nervous system stops fighting it. It just adapts. It goes quiet. And that's when you start to lose yourself and you start to lose your pink. I read a study by two psychologists, Tadashi and Calhoun, who studied what happens to people after the worst moments of their lives. For some people, a crisis isn't an ending. It's a catalyst. It's the thing that breaks you open, the same thing that changes you permanently and powerfully if you are willing to do something with it. They call it post-traumatic growth. But here's what they also found. It doesn't happen automatically. Suffering alone doesn't grow you because plenty of people go through hell and stay broken. Growth happens when you stop running away from the weight and start picking it up. Literally, iron in your hands in the gym. That therapy appointment you actually keep. The no you say out loud when every part of you just wants to say yes so that you can keep the peace. They identified 5 things that shift when real growth happens. New possibilities open up. Relationships deepen. You find strength you didn't know was there. Something spiritual changes and you start actually appreciating your life instead of managing and surviving through it. But none of this happens by accident. It happens when you stop treating yourself to an escape and start disciplining yourself to stay in the discomfort, to stay in the work, to stay with yourself long enough to figure out who you actually are underneath all that giving. That's the architecture of growth. You have to be tough-minded enough to build a life that you don't need to constantly run away from. Turn your stress into a key. Go get your pink back and follow me for more.